welcome back to Myra Lorraine, my YouTube channel. Thank you all for stopping in to watch my video. You guys know I love it when you do come to see me because I love talking to you in the comments. So I'm going to talk to you about two different things today. One are these tops that you see here. I actually did do two tops, same fabric, but they turned out really nice, and I just love them. But anyways, first up, I'm going to talk to you about an event I attended called Sewcation here in Las Vegas. It's a conference for crafters and sewing, things of that nature. They do have classes and they have vendors. I didn't attend any of the classes. One of our crew member, hangout crew, did attend a class, but I didn't get any shots of that. But we did walk around and purchase some things, you know, in the vendor section. I was a little dismayed because I had been to a couple of conferences in Florida before, which were massive. They were huge in Lakeland, Florida. But this one was probably only a quarter of the size of that one. But it was still nice to see the few vendors that were there. I did purchase some items. So what I'm going to show to you is I'm going to show you some videos and some clips of what I saw when I was there. And I'm also going to show you the packaging, me unpackaging the things that I purchased while I was there. I only got a few things, but I want to share that with you. And then I'll come back and I'll share these two lovely tops that you see here, same fabric, two different tops. I'm going to share that with you. So hold tight, watch these clips, and I'll be right back with you. This was the registration table when we came in. We were actually waiting on a few more of our party to come before we went in. And once they arrived, we decided to go in. This next clip is the entryway to the vendor hall. And as you can see, when I'm scrolling the camera around, there isn't very much. It's a pretty nice sized vendor hall, but there aren't a lot of vendors there. There's my friend Diana waving to you and Tracy walking away, but we all wanted to just get started taking a look to see what else that we could purchase there. Now, some of these clips, I don't know exactly what all was there. I'm just showing you guys what was there. Now, this was interesting. At the American Guild booth, this was a very interesting jeweled sewing machine that someone had actually done, and it's been going around and around for years, the lady said. Don't know who did it, but it's very unique. Okay, here it is. And that's the name right there. They do have an online presence, but look at some of the weights that they have here. Aren't these beautiful? And he told me that they were all hand painted. And you know your girl is going to get her some, so stay tuned to the channel to see them. Okay, after I got home from the event, I wanted to open this package with you all. So I waited. This first card shows the things that I got from that vendor. And this is the information for the vendor. If you're interested, you can always snapshot it from the screen. Now, hopefully I'm letting that focus. Okay. Now, what I got from that vendor was this cute little nifty thing. It's a mat cleaning pad, where you put your hands in it and you rub it across your rotary mat to pull all of the threads out of your rotary mat to help you clean it. Now, I didn't have anything down there, so I can't tell you how it worked right away because I didn't have anything down there to wipe off. Okay, next I got these cute little scissor earrings, and I am so sorry that my camera is not focusing. I'm trying to be still, but it's not enough. But these are post earrings that I got, and the lady told me that those were the last pair. So I'm happy I grabbed them up. Now this next card is from Komani. I believe that is how it's pronounced. Komani
Komani Creations, and there's her information too. Now, in the last clip you just saw, this was her table where she had all of those beautiful weights, pattern weights. And of course, your girl got her some of those pattern weights because they were absolutely beautiful. Now, these ones that I'm going to show you, the first ones I'm going to show you, the purple one, or purplish burgundy wine color, they only had those two left. But the ones on the other side, on the right, they had about 6 of those, but I only needed 2. And they are all covered with this backing, and it's a felt, it feels like a felt backing, which is really nice because you don't have the edges tearing up your papers or sliding around or anything like that. And they're very nicely weighted. I got those 4 that I showed you, but I got 4 more because your girl, your girl had to have her some, and guess what? The color blue. That's why I'm smiling. I absolutely could not leave these on the table, so I got 4 of those too. And as I mentioned, they're very, very, very weighty, and all of those are covered with the same kind of felt backing. I really, really like this, and this lady does custom orders.
Okay, now that we're back, and I hope you enjoy seeing what I showed you from the Sewcation event that I attended. It was a lot of fun to get to sit with my buddies because we did sit there, and there was one other item that I didn't include in that, and I'm actually going to bring a picture up right here. It's of a sewing machine that I saw this lady was sewing in an area where you could just do whatever you wanted to. You could sew, you can sit and chat. My friends and I, we sat and chat there for about an hour, a good hour, and just watched her while she was sewing this bag on this beautiful machine. It's called a Sailrite, and I didn't get video of her because I didn't want to interrupt her, but she was creating, you can see a little snippet. Maybe I'll bring the picture up big so that you can see it. But a little snippet of the bag she was working on was this beautiful red print vinyl. It was gorgeous. But she said, as I mentioned, this is a Sailrite, and we asked her if it was heavy because it was in this case, and she said it was almost impossible to carry around with her because it is super heavy. To me, it looked like it was made out of iron. I mean, it looked really heavy. But it was a beautiful machine, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. Okay. Let's talk about these patterns now. Okay, this first one right here is one we're going to start with. This one is Burda 7866. Burda 7866. And all of the views are basically the same, just different prints of color. And let me tell you, I made this before, but I made it a very long time ago, and I don't have a picture of it because it was on my blog back in the blogging days. That's how long I've had this. But I really like this pattern a lot because it is super comfortable to wear. It is, I would say, kind of semi-fitted because it's loose around the top, and then it fits you more in your torso area, but everything else is really loose and flowy, just very comfortable to wear. And I've worn this already out to dinner with some neighbors and my husband, and I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. So I'll probably be making me a couple more of these. I'd like to have one in a solid, probably like the gray that's on the picture, and I'll bring up a better cover photo of this so that you can see it. But this top goes together super easy. I mean, it's so fast. There's no fasteners on it. There's nothing that would trip. It's great for beginners. I mean, it is super easy to make, and you can just make it in a couple hours, maybe even less than that if you're a super fast sewer. But it is truly, truly nice. Now, the back and the front look exactly the same. There's no darts, no fasteners or anything in it. And as you can see, I'll bring the photo back up. It's separated by a piece on the bottom and a piece on the top. Now, for me, with this one, it's a little long. And I remembered that after I made it because the first time I made it, I remember it being too long, but I totally forgot and made it straight out of the envelope again. And this one is way long for me. in the clips of me, when I show you the pictures, and I have a video of me modeling this top, you'll see me pull it all the way down and then kind of balloon it back up for you. So next time I make this top, what I'm going to do is cut 2 inches, and I'll actually bring this up right here so you can see this one. I'm going to cut 2 inches from the bottom hem of the bodice and 2 inches from the top half of the bottom. And then, well, 1 inch, I'm sorry about that, 1 inch from the bodice part and 1 inch from the bottom. So it'll be a total of 2 inches, and I'm going to shorten this by. I didn't want to just do it at the hem because I'm short-waisted, and I noticed that I needed that reduction for a better fit for my body. So I'm going to do that to this pattern before I put it away, so I don't make that mistake of pulling it out again and doing the same thing. It works this way because I like that balloon effect that you'll see me do when I do the twirls, I think they call it, on this. But I love everything about it, and I really like how they do the big hems, both on the bottom of this top and the sleeves. They have a nice wide hem, so that when you do this, and I did this in a rayon, it's a rayon jersey knit that I got from Joann Fabrics before they left us. I'll just put it at that. But I had purchased this fabric before, and I made this top right here, and it was on my Instagram. It was a Brittany J. Jones pattern. Loved it, but I lost that top in the fire, and I love this fabric. So one day when I was in Joann, and I've had it for a few months now, I saw it and I couldn't believe that they still had it. So I bought up a bunch of it, and I remade this top, not the Brittany J. Jones, and I love it. I'm so happy that I did this top. It suits my lifestyle. It could be dressy with a skirt. It could be casual with shorts, as I'm wearing in the pictures, which I'll bring up now so that you can see some pictures of me in this. I just love the way the sleeves flow on this, just really beautifully. And the way it fits you, you don't have to worry about it really clinging, because even if you don't want it as fitted as it is, you can loosen it up a little bit on the side seams. And then, but I wouldn't do that because of the way the band fits you. You don't want it to just hang off of you. You really do want it to fit your body a little bit. It doesn't have to be tight, but just a little bit, so that it doesn't just hang off of you, because that's the effect of the pattern. But you can see in the photos that I'm showing you and the video, and you'll see in the video where I pulled the top all the way down, and then I ballooned it back up so that it wouldn't be so long on me. But I love this top, and this one is going to be in my wardrobe for a while, because I'm going to make a couple others so I don't have to wear this beautiful fabric out, because I love this fabric. It is one from Joann that was a thumbs up in my book, and I'm so happy that they still had some of it at the time that they were closing, and I was able to get a bunch of it. So now with that said, I told you that I had 2 tops, same fabric. Well, I bought so much of it, I had enough left, and I wasn't sure, but I said, I'm going to make something right away with this. So I decided to pull out another favorite of mine, and I'll bring it over. It is this Romy top from Tudi, and I'll bring up a better cover of it so that you can see. Now, I made this Romy top, quite a few years ago. I think it was probably 2, maybe 3 years ago. And if I can find the picture, I'll pop it up here, but I don't know if I still have that picture, because I didn't post it on Instagram, but I think I may have done it on YouTube. But if I don't have the picture, I'm sorry, but you'll get to see this version. Now this top, and to mention, let me back up real quick. I always do this. But the size range on the Burda pattern is a US size 10 to a size 22. I made mine in a size 12. and it fit me perfectly. And that is a knit. Usually I go down in a knit, but I went up a little bit because I wanted it to be roomy. I didn't want it to be really tight. So size range, they could do a little bit better, but those were the size ranges. Now on this Romy top, and I'll pull that photo back up of this, the size ranges on this about the same as that Burda. It's XX small to an X large. Now I printed out a size small medium, and that's because I'm more of a medium on top and smaller on the bottom. But I have to tell you that I had to take out a lot of that. I probably should have just stayed with the small or X small, because this top is very, it is large. It has a lot of ease in it, I guess. I'm looking at this, the finished garment measurements. It does have a lot of ease in it, so it runs kind of large. But it is super fast to make. Let me bring it over here. And again, it's the same fabric. But I love this top. And as you can see in the picture here, actually I'll bring up the better photo of it. As you can see in that picture, it is quite long, not quite tunic length, but just teetering on tunic length. On my body, because I'm short-waisted and I'm 5'6", so I'm not that tall, I tend to stay away from the tunic length. Unless I'm specifically making it to wear with leggings or something like that. But as a top for wearing with shorts or jeans or something, I prefer it a little shorter. So this one you'll see in the pictures. I haven't done it yet, but I plan on cutting off about 2 inches of this top to make it a little bit shorter, because it's a little bit long for me. Again, this top goes together very, very easily. There's only but a few pieces. It does have a lining on the inside, and it's a very short lining. I'll show you here. And I used some black rayon from my rayon jersey from my scrap box for this. It's a short, just enough to cover your boobies. And the front and the back look the same. So advisable if you're making this, except for the darts. There are darts, bust darts in the front. But as you can see with this print, when I'm going to put it on, I have to really look closely to see the darts, so I don't put it on put it on backwards is what I'm trying to say. But putting a label in the back of your top, put your label in the back, you won't have that problem. And it, like I said, it does go together very easily. And they attach, I'll turn it to the side, they attach the lining here. It's attached to, it's separate, but they have you attach it to the seam allowance, just so it doesn't ride up on you when you're wearing it. And as I mentioned, the back looks just the same as the front, except for the front, of course, has the bust darts in it. And the straps are super easy. I like the way they give you a distinct measurement. You can adjust it if you want before you close it up, but I didn't, because it was perfect for me, as you'll see on the clips of me. I'll start to run some of these clips right now. The bottom hem on this is just a 1-inch hem, and I like that. I just serged the edge and then turned it up and stitched it down, and that works perfectly for this type of fabric. But it's absolutely beautiful on me. I love it. I just want it a little bit shorter. And again, this one will be made again. Now, the fabric suggestion, I have to tell you this, for this pattern is more, it's a woven pattern. It's for, and my first one was woven. It was a rayon challis, which is what they recommend, that or lightweight linen, things like that, that you could use for this. But I wanted to make it out of this knit, and it worked beautifully for knit. So I'll say that this pattern could be used for knits or wovens, because I didn't have any problem with it. Now with your straps, if you're making it out of a knit, what I would suggest, which is what I would do, with this one, it has it has more stretch on the horizontal than it does the vertical. So what I did was turn the strap pattern around. I didn't use the arrow, the grain line marks on the pattern piece for the straps. I went opposite of that so my straps will not stretch, because I didn't want them to be stretching with the weight of this rayon jersey. But it turned out really beautifully. So you could use this top for woven and for knit. But if you're going to make it in the woven, I would stick to the size range, because remember I said that this pattern runs large. I would stick to the size range if you're going to make it in a woven, to make sure that it does fit you. But it's beautiful, and I hope you guys enjoyed the pictures that I put up of this one, and I hope you enjoyed the pictures of the other one. And if you have any questions about either of these patterns, just let me know in the description box, because you guys know I'll answer whatever you ask me. And a lot of the things that I'm trying to make are going to be basics. I have a few more things that I've made that are coming up for you guys to see. And I do have a subscriber request. And I hope, I can't remember her name, I'll pop it up on the screen here, but she wants me to do a sew along for the Presto popover top. Now I'm going to do that, but I'm going to make mine a little bit different, because I don't want the full on top. I want more of a summer top. And I know Catherine, the owner of that pattern, she's the designer of that pattern, that she actually did it the way I want it done. So I'm going to do it that way. But I am going to do a, not sew along, but I'll have you watch me sew this Presto popover top, because it is a subscriber request. And I do try to accommodate those when I see them in the comments. So that's it, you guys. Again, if you have any questions, put them in the comments box. And unfortunately, I can't put a link to this fabric, because you guys know Joanne is no longer there. So I'm sorry about that, but I'm sure we can find other beautiful fabrics out there online. So take care. Until I see you in my next video, stay blessed. Bye.